This is the former Intercontinental Champion Tito Santana, and you are watching the Nation Network. Be there. Arriba!
Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome back to the Nation Network. We want to thank you for making the IWF the most watched program on the Nation this week. And we take a look at a couple guys that we saw last week from the shadows, you might say. Demolition.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 229 pounds, Axe and Demolition.
Well, I'll tell you right now, we know it's going to be an exciting night anytime you've got Demolition kicking things off, and a lot of the fans here are used to seeing it. A certain variation of Demolition is a little bit different here tonight as we take a look. Indeed, it is Axe and Blast going up against the Log Riders.
490 pounds. And
Kip Winchester and Brett Colt. They are the Log Riders, and they are one of the top teams here in the IWF at this point in time. But Demolition comes on the scene last week just as we were going off the air, shocking the world. I don't know a lot about Blast. Well, the only thing I can tell you is that apparently he and Axe go way back, and his normal tag team partner was not available, so he went into the well and found somebody else. I've got no doubt, considering the fact that we are talking about Demolition, that whoever he's got here is going to be top-notch, to say the least. Brett Colt now tying up. We're not going to have to wait long to find out what this guy's got in him. Blast up against the ropes right now. Both of these teams would love a victory here tonight, as they are both trying to make a case for the tag team titles currently held. Look at this. By Chubby MC and Odessa Slim. We saw them last week, and they had a very memorable performance, proving why they are, in fact, the IWF Tag Team Champions. Brett Colt right now in control. Look at Axe out there on the apron. You definitely want to get tagged in at some point in time in the near future, because Blast right now surprisingly not doing very well at all. It's been a pretty one-sided opening moments here. What a clothesline. Almost took his head off of that one. Oh, he's got them all ready to go. What's going to happen here? He's got to take him for the Texas Tumble. Backbreaker down across the knee. Winchester now on the middle rope. Called on the fans. Why is he letting him make? He's going to make the tag. That was a huge mistake on the part of Kip Winchester, in my opinion. Well, I disagree with that as well. He should not have allowed him to make the tag. But that said, Axe comes in, and he is definitely the seasoned veteran and walks right into a barrage of kicks. Well, we just saw right there momentarily Crush with the best offense he's had out on the floor, driving Winchester into the steel guardrail. A lot of talent in the ring right now. The future is bright here in the IWF. Double team now by Demolition, and perhaps it was just a slow start. We'll see if they can pick up the tempo here. Blast sends him to the ropes, back out front, big back body drop, and wow, Winchester really took the ride for that one. They definitely did. Didn't make it 8 seconds either, I'll tell you. Another tag, and now Demolition looking like tag team champions. Of course, Axe, one half of the legendary Demolition that indeed held those WWF tag team titles for a very long time, on multiple occasions, I might add. And they took them away from Strikeforce at WrestleMania and had a series of titles switch back and forth between themselves and the Hitman Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Into the turnbuckle he goes, and now Winchester in the wrong part of town. Hard to believe how this match started out compared to where it's at right now. And Demolition really looking like what we would expect them to look like no matter who is donning the face paint. And now perhaps another mistake being made. Blast allows a tag to be made. Winchester's out. He needed it. Walks right in. Look at this small package. This will be a massive upset if he pulled it off. I don't know that the win would be an upset, but for him to win it with a small package, I agree that would be a little bit of a surprise. Brett Colt in a lot of trouble right now. You see him favoring the lower back. And this is what Demolition has traditionally always done. They will beat the life out of you. Going down again for the cover, hook and a leg. Will that be enough? Well, it's enough for one count. Choke slam, down he goes. And now the tag made. Axe is the legal man in the ring. Brett Colt in a lot of trouble. Here's the Irish whip into the turnbuckle, and Demolition has done a tremendous job of controlling the action in their corner of the ring. Once again, if you watch the way this match began, it looked like it was going to be a one-sided victory for the Long Riders. However, that has changed drastically here in the last part of the match. Another tag. Demolition looking like an amazing team. Odessa Slim and Chubby MC better be watching this match for sure, because Demolition's for real. Colt able to kick out, but just barely. Face first. He's being brutalized right now. Oh, wait just a minute. He almost got caught. Axe went high risk and it paid off. Colt into the corner and he's in a whole heap of trouble now. There's another tag. They are really going to work on that back. Well, clearly that is the number one target that they've set their minds on right here. Saw Brett Colt trying to make his way to the corner, and this time Blast not going to allow that to happen. There's a cover for 1, 2, and just barely got out the back. Well, the expression on the face of Blast right there really says it all. He can't believe it. After the punishment this man has just taken, he thought for sure that was going to be the end of it. Fans, we've got so much action coming your way here tonight, including the reigning IWF Heavyweight Champion will be here, Blackjack Mulligan. We've got a newcomer that is going to absolutely leave you speechless when you get a look at this guy. Young kid, bright future ahead of him. Oh, what a move right there. Winchester looking to steal one, covered with the leg. 1, 2, he got him. Oh, no, the shoulder came up. I'm not sure how that shoulder came up. What a move right there by Kip Winchester. Oh, this crowd coming to life here at Universal Studios in Florida. Once again, they tie up to the rope. Back elbow hold. That one found the home. And that might be enough right there. Axe has to come in and make the save. Had he not made the save, this match would be over. Blast in a whole lot of trouble right now. I feel like Demolition perhaps had a little bit of an advantage coming into the match because nobody really knew about Blast. Going for the cover now. Winchester thinks he has him. There's two. Winchester pulls it out. What a victory. Oh, Demolition don't look too happy right now. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got going on here? There are the tag team champions, and they are mocking Demolition. Oh, fans will be back in just a moment. What's good for the goose?
You have what it takes to become a professional wrestler. Become part of the fast-paced, slam-bam world of professional wrestling by joining the official IWF Training Center. Learn training and conditioning methods from professionals and find out what it takes to become a superstar in pro wrestling. You have tried the rest, so learn from the best at the IWF Training Center by calling area code 407-438-6411. Area code 407-438-6411. Don't miss it. Be there.
All right, fans, we're back ready for more action here in the IWF.
It's scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Oakland, California, weighing in at 244 pounds.
Well, here comes Jammer. We saw him last week in tag team action along with Slammer in a match that definitely had the crowd buzzing. Tonight we're going to get a look at him in independent individual action. Well, these guys, he and his tag team partner are both very fond of heavy metal music, I understand, and they have that type of style to them in the ring as well. And they've had a long-going feud right now with the Dynamite Express. We're going to see one half of the Dynamite Express right here.
From Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 212 pounds, the Rocker, Randy Rhodes.
Rockin' Randy Rhodes hits the ring. One half of the Dynamite Express. We'll see how he fares on his own here tonight. This crowd on its feet. And they go right to work in the middle of the ring. Jammer with the inverted atomic knee drop, and Rockin' Randy won't be rocking too much tonight. I think a couple of those definitely won't be. Nice move right there, though. Rockin' Randy Rhodes giving up a lot of size, a lot of strength in this one. He's going to have to be quick. Use leverage as perhaps an additional weapon in his arsenal. Well, we know he's got that high-flying style, quick strikes, things of that nature, and he's going to have to rely on that. That's the only advantage he really has in this one. I got to tell you, when it comes to Jammer here, I'm a little bit surprised to see this much wrestling out of him, but didn't know he could do all that. Well, normally they do just like to beat their opponents mercifully. He's got him up in the air. Big suplex. Yanks him up by the hair, and Rockin' Randy Rhodes feeling that one, goes out to the floor. And I got to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised. Jammer taking some high risk here, and we don't see a lot of that. No, again, his game has generally been a ground game, and all-out backstreet brawl style, so to see him taking these kinds of high risks. But that's part of the thing. When you're normally a tag team wrestler, then you get into a singles match like this, you've got to do things differently. You might have to switch up your style and take some chances that you normally wouldn't take in a tag team match. Well, you definitely don't have anyone to tag out to, so if things go south, you're on your own. Rockin' Randy Rose now starting to get a little bit excited here about his odds, I think, as he is taking over control now. Randy, we're definitely used to seeing him go up top, and he's way up there, comes down with an elbow. Shades of the Macho Man, Randy Savage right there on display. Well, you take a look at this young kid, right? He's got the whole future ahead of him, and you think about, some of the people that inspired him to get in the ring, and wouldn't be at all surprised if somebody like the Macho Man Randy Savage was one of the people he idolized and perhaps tries to go along with here. And take a look at this. Oh, that was a big one. That was, I believe, what he refers to as the chart buster. Only good for two. Oh, this is not going to end well. Oh, my God, he dropped him on his head. It's over. Yeah, they might need some medical attention in the ring. He's in bad shape right now, ladies and gentlemen. Rockin' Randy Rose is in a lot of trouble after that one. Good Lord, that's worse than a pile driver. All right, we'll be back with more action in just a moment. Stick with us, right? What is he doing? Oh, come on now. Are you kidding me? He's out. What are you son of... He's going to work on Rockin' Randy Rose, and he's even going after the referee.
You hear the footsteps, don't you? As they draw near, I close the distance with each one I take, and soon I will be here. Soon you will all know what's on the other side of these footsteps, and you will feel the wrath of the Stomper.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we return to you live here from Universal Studios, Florida. What do you make of the Stomper?
He
looks like he could be a pretty dangerous character in the ring.
32 pounds, Denny Brown.
We take a look at Denny Brown. He is a top contender for the American Heritage Championship. Currently held by the Nuclear Assassin here in the IWF. Want to welcome everybody joining us here live on the Nation Network tonight. Tom Watts in the house, along with Juan Cordero. Welcome aboard. Lightning Lou Perez, and people still talking about that match he had last week. What a classic. Yeah, I'll tell you, I wasn't here with you last week, but I was watching, and I can tell you it was absolutely an incredible matchup. Wish it could have gone on even longer because it was that damn good. Lightning Lou Perez going to see if he can't continue with the success that he had last week. Fans, if you did not see that match, you need to go back and watch it because it was absolutely unbelievable. This is a very good test for both of these men, quite honestly. It's a very even matchup, and I expect to see a tremendous wrestling match here tonight. Well, you say that, and then Denny Brown comes right out with a big right hand, but he is definitely capable of wrestling. We know that. Nice go behind, reverses the waist lock. And Lightning Lou Perez living up to his name. Quick as lightning to get that reverse. Nice move by Denny. Got that reverse chin lock. It cinched it in deep. And there's that added torque. Look at him leading into it. Lou Perez, of course, is a very famous wrestling brother. Better be careful there. Looks like he's almost tapping that arm, and the referee could decide that that's a tap out. Might cost him the match. I don't think he was trying to tap out, but it definitely looked like that, and I wouldn't be surprised if a referee interpreted it that way. Hammerlock now. Denny Brown. Oh, look at the move right there. Fireman carry. What a move, and now takes control of the arm. This is wrestling at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we're coming to you live from Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida. Soundstage 21 is alive. Perez doing a great job working that arm. Now an arm drag takes it over. Denny Brown is in trouble, floats over. Looked like Perez was going to try to do perhaps a suplex. And now Denny Brown with a small package, and he's got it cinched up deep. Will that be enough? He got two. Denny Brown, we mentioned it earlier. The guy's been around a while. He's held championships in so many different promotions and organizations across the United States, even the world, really. We're very fortunate to have him with his experience and his credentials right here in the IWF. Well, the Nuclear Assassin has got to be watching this match from somewhere nearby, because this is the #1 contender to his championship, and Denny Brown has made it clear he is coming for that belt. Going to work now on Lightning Lou Perez here on the floor. Then he sends him crashing into the broadcast table. And now into the guardrail. My goodness, did you hear the sound of his back hitting that rail? Well, one thing we've learned a long time ago, when it comes to flesh going up against steel, I don't care if it's the guardrail or the steel post, the steel seems to always win. Yeah, and it pretty much always will. Denny from the top rope, missile shoulder block, and he may have knocked him out cold. 1, 2, and Lightning Lou Perez slips out the back door somehow. I was just about to say, Perez better turn this around quickly, because Denny has so much momentum. That's a nice move right there. That half Nelson German suplex by Lightning Lou Perez. Beautifully done. And now steps through. He's got the legs tied up. And now Denny's in trouble. Oh, good night. Face first into the canvas, and he might be done. There is no movement in Denny Brown. Lightning Lou almost pulled it out. I think that was just out of instinct. I am convinced right now that Denny Brown is still not truly conscious. He definitely had his bell rung with that one. Perez got to try to put him away right now. Don't let him regain any of that. Denny Brown now shoots into the ropes. Oh, that one was pretty close to the border. Yeah, I think it was okay, though. It was right there at the waistline, and that's all right. Back and forth battle once again. Welcome everyone here joining us live on the Nation Network. New Era Wrestling in the house. Judd is in the house. Welcome aboard. Denny Brown continues to work the back of Lightning Lou. Tremendous wrestling match between these two men. I tell you what, we have had some great wrestling here on the IWF. Goes for the cover, thinks he might have him. And again slips out the back. Where is he getting it from? I have no idea. Yeah, Lightning Lou Perez taking a lot of punishment at the hands of Denny Brown. Not sure how much more he can take and still be able to kick out, though. It's got to be getting pretty close. Cross ankle sweep perfectly done, and Lightning Lou, what's he got in mind here? Trying to position Denny Brown maybe a little bit more towards the center of the ring. Series of shots. Oh, there's a kick right upside the ear. Denny Brown is in trouble. Well, he's got to pull him away from the ropes to make sure he doesn't kick out or get a rope break, but at the same time, that's valuable moments going by and allows Denny to get back into the fight. Denny Brown has him. Oh, there's a corkscrew pile driver. It's all over. Referee counting 2 and 3. Denny Brown victorious. And now, oh, there's the Nuclear Assassin. These two men have a date with destiny. The American Heritage Championship will be on the line.
Cliff Anderson, you and I, we having a little bit of problem, it seems, here. You think you're going to run a name against Blackjack Mulligan? Well, I'm here to tell you right now, that's not going to happen. You think just because you can ride the coattails of your last name, you're going to ride in here and take over the IWF? Well, I'll tell you right now, so as long as I'm here and as long as I'm wearing this championship belt, I'm the head dog here. I'm the man who's in charge of the trough, and I am going to put an end to you once and for all. You keep on trying these underhanded tactics of yours. You think I'm new to this game? You think I just arrived here? No, son. I was kicking people's asses when you weren't even itching your daddy's pants. You want the IWF Heavyweight Championship? Well, I'm not a hard man to find. Come and get it if you dare. But I have a funny feeling you're going to get something totally different. You're going to get more than you ever expected. When you run up against Mulligan, you're going to find out just what it's all about. Because I am Rawbone and I am all Texas strong, and I will destroy you.
And we just heard from the IWF Heavyweight Champion, Blackjack Mulligan, with words for Cliff Anderson.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Spokane, Washington, weighing in at 243 pounds, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Well, Greg the Hammer Valentine recently signing with the IWF as a free agent. Yeah, I'll tell you, when I heard about this one, I was like, wow, that's going to definitely change the complexion around this place quite a bit. Most recently was wrestling for our friends in the XWF. A lot of people were surprised to see him sign on here, and tonight he's going to get a chance to welcome a newcomer to the IWF. This young man has got a very bright future. Well, I've heard about him. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the ring.
From Battle Creek, Michigan, weighing in at 214 pounds,
Rob Von Dam heading to the ring. He's got a martial arts background. That's one thing I know for sure. Very flashy style of wrestling. Will definitely throw caution to the wind. 20 years old. What a bright future this young man's got ahead of him. This is going to be tremendous action right here, ladies and gentlemen. You've got the grizzled veteran against the bright upstart. Well, right off the bat, first thing I'm telling you is there is a definite size and strength advantage for the Hammer Greg Valentine. Add to that the wealth of experience and knowledge he brings into this match. And I don't know how good this young man Rob Von Dam is, but I'm not expecting him to pull out a victory over the Hammer anytime soon. I can tell you that right now. Well, hopefully for Greg Valentine, he's not thinking that way, because if you look past your opponent, you're very likely to be upset. But I would agree with you that I think the experts right now would definitely be calling this match for Greg the Hammer Valentine. Ladies and gentlemen, we understand that next week, Thor will be back here in the IWF. He is serving a 2-week suspension for the attack on Jerry Lawler in the XWF. We heard last week from Eddie Mansfield, the owner of the IWF. He had to post, he being Thor, had to post a $5,000 security bounty. as these two men exchange blows back and forth, and you're going to have a long day at the office if you do that with Greg Valentine. Look at him right there. Valentine saying, go ahead, hit me again. Hit me again. The longer the match goes on, the more Valentine warms up. He's just getting started, and Von Dam doesn't know what he's got himself into, but he's going to find out. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. They are going to town. Nice move right here by Von Dam. Catches him with a head scissor, and Valentine is down. Going for the quick upset. A 1 count, and Valentine trying to shake that one off, and it definitely took him by surprise. I will be absolutely stunned if he finds a way to pull this one out. Valentine now up on the top rope. What kind of move is this? Bulldog! Oh! That has evened things up, ladies and gentlemen. And now the Hammer, perhaps realizing he shouldn't take this young man so lightly. We welcome Retro Wrestling here to the Nation Network as the Hammer, Greg Valentine, has got Rob Von Dam in trouble in the corner. Clothesline, and he collapses. Now you look at the face of Rob Von Dam, and you know he's been in a fight here tonight. Valentine choking him out the corner, taking advantage of the 5 count. Has he done enough damage on this young man? He has. Well, both of these men making their IWF debut here tonight, and that was one heck of a way to do it. The Hammer, Greg Valentine, victorious. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Stay with us.
Well, let me tell everybody something. America is back. 2024 was a great year. And in 2025, we made the decision to make America great again. And what better way? With real American beer. We're bringing America back together in 2025 with real American beer. So what you gonna do when real American beer and all my Hulkamaniacs run wild on you?
All right, fans, we're back ready for the main event. It is champion versus champion. No titles on the line, but who cares when you got the two best? Real American beer. We're 3 deep over here. Get you some.
Champion versus champion contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Sweetwater, Texas, weighing in at 230 pounds, the International Wrestling Champion,
Blackjack Mulligan. He is the IWF Heavyweight Champion, and proudly saw the native of Sweetwater, Texas. Of course, he is the father of Barry Windham and Kendall Windham, who in their own rights have very successful professional wrestling careers. Yeah, they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and in this case, that's 100% right. Those two boys will put up a fight. And here comes the American Heritage Champion. Hey, 2K, you might want to get those plates to not float off the belt. Well, they're held there by magnets is what I understand, so there's a little bit of a levitation.
Parts unknown, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Heritage Champion, the Assassin.
as the Assassin steps through the ropes. This is going to be one heck of a main event, ladies and gentlemen. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Well, the Nuclear Assassin is all ready to go, and right off the bat, Blackjack Mulligan's going to start this one. Well, we expected this one was going to be a haymaker festival. Both of these guys are ready to get down and dirty. Of course, Blackjack Mulligan got that glove on his right hand, and given the opportunity, he's going to try to apply the claw hold. And if he does, more times than not, he's going to be victorious. Mulligan to the ropes, back out front. Wow, what a move right there, snapping the neck of the Assassin. Follows it up with a big splash. It is not every day that you get to see the champion in action here on television, but even less likely to see two champions going head to head. Mulligan now helping get him back up to his feet, not quite. Went for the boot, and the Assassin baited him in, caught him on the clothesline. Oh, and a headbutt. That one definitely left an impression, you might say, on Blackjack Mulligan. I've talked to a lot of people, and they all say the same thing. They believe there is something in the mask. They believe there's some sort of a foreign object that the Nuclear Assassin is using to gain advantage with that headbutt. Well, it's hard to tell. I mean, from here, I can't see anything protruding. Well, one of the people had a theory that it's perhaps some flattened piece of metal that contours to the skull, and that the mask will hide that. But either way, I've seen him hit people with a headbutt and have an incredibly devastating effect, where most people with a headbutt won't get that same reaction. And once again, both men to their feet, and they are dropping the heavy bombs right here in the middle of the ring. Back and forth. Mulligan with a big right hand. Another right hand staggers him. Clothesline, and down goes Assassin. Will that be enough? He caught him with a lariat for one. Well, you're going to have to do a little bit more damage than that. Wolfman, welcome to the Nation Network and the IWF. Mulligan sends him to the ropes again. Back out front. There's that buckshot elbow. That could be it. He's put a lot of people away with that one. And one more to the list. That is why he is the IWF Heavyweight Champion. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. What a night of... Wait a minute! Cliff Anderson from behind! Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. What is he doing? The man just wrestled the match, and you don't even have the guts to see him face to face. He just caught Mulligan with a title. We're out of time. We gotta go.